Greetings viewers, Mossy here. I'm in Portugal to test these two bikes, Yamaha's new Tracer 7s, slightly higher spec GT and the more basic Tracer 7, the standard bike. Both feature quite a few, yet in some cases at least, subtle mods. There are changes to the frame to give it more rigidity, longer swing arm. It's got ride-by-wire throttle now, which gives it 3 rider modes and cruise control. Suspension and brakes have been upgraded. So anyway, you know the deal. Sit down, grab yourself a beverage, and Chopsy, roll that intro. Right, I'm going to leave it at that because I think if I try it again, I'll fuck it up.
So Portugal, good weather. Bit drier than the last time we went to Portugal.
Oh yeah, bloody hell, yeah.
That's a bit moist.
Well, that wasn't that long ago. Christ, I'd forgotten all about that.
Yeah.
36 degrees at times. Bit sweaty,
degrees,
bit pongy.
Bit sweaty in the pits.
We're not talking pits near the paddock either. Greetings viewers, I'm in Portugal. I don't really know where because I got on a plane, it landed, and then I got in a cab and I found a hotel. I do like this motor. It's your CP2, it's your 690cc parallel twin, making about 72 horsepower, 68 newton meters of torque too. Just punchy, same one fit into the Tenere. Yeah, just like big gears don't bother it at all. You just open the throttle and it drives away very nicely.
So new Tracer 7. What have they changed? In a nutshell, what have they changed for this year?
I'll tell you what, let me just talk about the changes on both bikes and then I'll define how they are different to one another. Right, do you know what? It's a selection of sort of improvements rather than anything wow.
Yeah.
Key thing that Yamaha wanted to boast is the ride-by-wire throttle.
Okay.
So now you've got that, you've got 3 rider modes and you've got cruise control. Suspensions been revised.
Yep.
The brakes are now radials. Let me see, restyled.
Actually looks good. Styling looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, and do you know what?
You could argue it looks better than the Tracer 9.
Oh, it looks a
more
lot
conventional,
better,
doesn't it?
I'm still a bit funny about it though. It's still a bit flat-faced for me. Listen, it's a very personal thing, isn't it? Style. And yeah, I don't know, I'm still not thinking it's wow, but a lot of people, listen, it's not unattractive, is it? And there is an argument to say the 9 is.
Yeah.
It's a punchy engine and you can feel there's a sort of rawness to it and a very direct feel, but it's quite smooth and civilised. I think they've got the balance just right. I mean, they have been making it since about, I don't know, was it 2014 or something like that? It's just sort of, it's instantly likeable. And that, I think, is a good trait. Apples and pears. Impressions are good and getting better. Frame is slightly more rigid. Swing arm is 40mm longer. Wheelbase, though, isn't quite as long because they've shoved the pivot point a bit further in. Yawn. Very, very sweet handling. Just pick a line. There's an accuracy and precision to it. You know, this hasn't got the latest and greatest Öhlins top spec suspension, but it's doing a bloody good job. I like that setting. I mean, I'm going over bumps there. It's not crashing over them, but that support just makes it really, you know, really composed and confidence inspiring in corners. Right, definitely knee-down territory, this. Good ground clearance. I mean, the suspension's helped me there. It's not soft and
collapsey. There's a new word for you all.
There's been some slight changes to the gearbox for a slicker shift. It's got LED lighting, there's a slipper clutch, there's a new 3-phase alternator to help with all those accessories that you fit. More importantly, riding position slightly different. Bars are 30mm higher and 50mm wider. So it's just a bit more sort of upright and relaxed. The tank is 1 litre bigger and there's a 5-inch colour TFT dash now. I don't know whether that jet, well, I don't know whether you can hear it, and I don't know whether this man's going to say, "Cut, it's too noisy."
Yeah, that's a bit too loud, I think.
It is, right. He has said that.
Right, here we go, yes we go. Yeah, that's when you wouldn't mind a bit more horsepower, just a bit more swift and sort of concise, if you like.
You know, why do wasps get...
Oh, it's not in your beer, is it? Oh, the bastard. Do a backstroke in your beer.
Right, it's no wasps were harmed
in the making of this video.
In this massive drinking session for the wasp, not us. I tell you, man, this shandy's marvellous. Love it. I wouldn't fly for a while if I were you, mate.
Yeah, it's reminding me of the Tracer 9 GT Plus. It's a more simplified version of that bike that doesn't have its own outright sportiness. I think if I was carrying a pillion and I wanted to ride in a bit more of a hurry, I'd possibly want a bit more of that extra power that occasionally you sort of need.
I mean, Honda did not make this bike. Yamaha said that they wanted to sort of enhance the touring capability of the bike more than anything. That was their major priority. And yeah, we'll come to that. We'll debate that in due course. But, you know, the signs of the changes suggest that that was where they were headed first.
Okay. Thanks a lot. A friendly policeman is much better than an angry one, methinks. Yeah, I found my first little fault. Oh, in fact, no. Hang on. I haven't found a fault. Well, I found a fault in myself. We'll forget that, shall we? Yamaha PR men go where others fear to tread. Yeah, so the pillion footrests have got a rubber base to them on the GT, and on the standard bike it's just your bog standard working class alloy EasyJet BA.
That is, bar, I don't know, the shape of the bloody dust caps on the wheels.
That's about it. That's quite a lot then, quite an extensive list of changes.
You know I had the audacity, and I think that we'd got to the airport at the start of the launch by saying, I had the audacity to say, not much different about this bike, and I was frowned upon. and a long list of changes were presented to me. And I have to say, you know, even knowing that, I didn't really expect it to be or make that much of a difference to the bike.
Have you spent much time on the old one?
Yeah, I have,
Okay.
Listen, it's the doubter within me. That, you know, they're all at it, aren't they? A few upgrades here and there, they claim to revolutionise the behaviour of the bike. We've heard all the PR claptrap before. I think it was cynical Mossy that got on the plane. A very different Mossy rode the bike, or at lunch assessed the bike a lot differently. In fact, you know what? It didn't take that long. I liked it or both of them, from the very earliest stages, and then warmed to them all of the more.
Right, I'm on the GT, no I'm not, you see, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm on the standard bike now. Look, this is not a proper ride as such, this is just for pictures. I don't like doing this. The car often blocks your sight line and really underlines why you need to be very observant as a motorcyclist. Good tyres, man. The screen's made in Italy. There's a further fascinating fact. And you can adjust it by doing... hang on a minute. Fuck's sake.
Now, I want to bring in my analogy here. I liken these bikes to beans on toast, the beans on toast dish. Now, you might find that odd, but hear me out. I want to rave about them, but like beans on toast, you just can't, can you? It's a basic dish. But I was won over so much by these bikes. I was frustrated not to be able to sort of beat my chest and shout about how good they were, because I don't know, on a bike of this sort of spec and modest power, it just seems a bit inappropriate. But we all know a good beans on toast.
Little bit cheese on top.
Oh man, that's it. You
Cheese
know,
on
with
top,
a bit
maybe a
of
little bit of
Worcester
Worcester sauce
exactly,
and cooked on the hob, not the microwave. Reduced slightly on the hob.
You get my point.
I'm with you.
Point.
I'm with you.
I think Yamaha have just they've tweaked things, but there's a couple of things that really stood out for me to make this a much better bike than its beans on toast sort of status would allow you to say.
Well done you for putting proper fucking tyres on them as OE. Because a lot of manufacturers are really compromising the ability of the bike. Let's get off the side of it here. Great tyres, man. Just touch the rubber down there, the footrest rather, the blob of hero. Blob of heroism was mated to the road surface.
Right, I'll say this straight away. The GT version, I would buy it.
You would buy it?
It would suit me massively.
Wow, that's quite a big statement, mate, isn't it?
For a man who buys bugger all it is, yeah.
Exactly.
No, I'm really impressed with it. And listen, I'm probably as surprised as the viewers are now, you know.
And why? What taking to that decision then? Why would you buy it?
Package, just like fun, easy, agile, economical, practical, real world, sorted. I think, you know, the Phase has always been a really good bike as it sells. Yeah, Christ, I keep saying this. I'm stuck in the wrong decade or two. The Tracers have always been popular, haven't they? And sales have been good.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I think these last bits of fine tuning, the suspension is what really made it for me. They've just made enough of a change for you to go, bloody hell, that's good, rather than, oh man, if only that was a bit better, this would be a complete bike. It's the final stage.
Lovely steering. I feel as though I may have said this a few times already. Fucking hell, man. Changed down instead of up there. Just went to move on the bike, kicked the gear lever by mistake. Yeah. Fine machine. Yeah, I really don't know where the hell I am. And I'm not bothered at all because of it. Good to be lost in Portugal. Yeah, verdict after about 4 hours is really good bike, but yet in an understated fashion, very understated fashion. Just does everything you want, doesn't beat its chest and give it the big narcissistic I am, just gets on with the job.
This bike grips, it felt stable, there was lots of feedback, and the other thing that we'll get to straight away, the suspension makes it. I mean, you just, for the first time, there wasn't that sort of vague, sort of slightly wallowy feel. I mean, to some, they might have gone a bit too far. We went through some town with cobbled streets, and it was a bit jarring, and you did occasionally hit the odd bump and sort of uttered complaint, but it wasn't horrible, and it really justified the setup was justified because it really helped the bike handle very well. And I'll tell you another thing as well, stable. I seem to remember going a bit faster than some would approve of, round long sweeping corners on dual carriages and stuff, just bolted to the road.
Yeah, I mean, look, it'll come right down to a slow speed hairpin like that. Pull, just lovely linear build up power. It's a bit of a classic engine, this actually.
So you mentioned the dash has got a new TFT, but you said it's not.
Well, they made this big announcement that you could, be enlightened by more information.
Yeah.
It's about that big.
Is it?
You know, if you're in there, like just forgetting the road for a minute.
Did you forget your readers?
Just exactly.
It's too small.
Yeah, listen, I don't have the eyesight I used to, but no, they're just tiny.
I've
lot of
noticed
info,
that, yeah.
loads of info.
Load
But
of
what's
info,
the point?
but all too small. Yeah.
Totally academic if you can't bloody read it. Come on. Okay, just let me point out the differences between the two bikes. This is the higher spec GT model. It will cost you £10,104. This one, the basic model, is £8,804, 1,300 quid cheaper. And for your extra door, you get 30-litre panniers, you get a taller screen, you get heated grips, you get a more comfortable seat, you get a remote preload adjuster and a centre stand.
I guess the important thing is, it's obviously it's got the CP2 motor, 70-ish horsepower.
72, yeah. Don't forget the 2.
Is that enough grunt for a touring bike like that?
I think with the right mindset, yes.
Okay.
I mean, look, I didn't have a pillion on and I didn't have anything in the panniers, would you believe? I travelled lightly.
Did you?
But
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
well, lighter than normal. The good thing about that motor is its punch. I'm a fan of these parallel twins,
Yeah.
Listen, I've waxed lyrical for many an hour about my V-Strom 800s engine. I think that is a better engine than this. It's just got a spread of power and it's just got that sort of slightly more immediate...
Slightly bigger capacity as well.
Yeah, but the Yamaha's from the same mould, really, you know. You don't need to be in just the right gear. You don't need to be spinning it. You can always rely on a bit of obedience and reaction from the throttle. Lovely engine, and the thing is, it won't burn through tyres, knacker chains. It won't eat loads of fuel. I've ridden Teneres and MT-07s, XSR 700s. How long has that engine been in production now?
It's got to be 10 years, isn't it?
Yeah, easy. I think it might be more. Look, you can't keep fitting an engine into a motorbike if it's not that good, and if it stands the test of time of a whole decade, that's a sign as well. No, I really like it. I mean, it doesn't have that rush and ultimate performance of the 9, but just a lovely, friendly, non-intimidating thing.
I think it'd be all too easy to say it's not especially exciting, but I'm not really being derogatory when I say that. It's designed to be non-threatening, to be friendly, to introduce people to and allow people to ride without worry, or concern, just to get on with it. That's precisely what I'm doing here. It's almost a thoughtless process. No, that wasn't too clever now, missus, was it? You could have been traced repeatedly.
So the engine's good, no worries there, happy with that. What about the chassis handling?
Oh man, that's the bit.
What sort was the route like? Is it a really nice twisty,
smooth
roads, or any sort of?
There was a bit of everything. Now, there was an opportunity to sort of assess it pretty fully this side of bringing it home, and spending a week or so on it. I mean, listen, there were some things that people might question about it, but we'll come to those. And I quite like the shift that they've made with the chassis. I don't know, there's just a lovely, easy-going balance feel to the bike, which, you didn't even have to get too far out of the long drive from the hotel to sort of realise. And first few corners, you're thinking, oh, this is nice, this is easy.
I wouldn't have gone over there, Phil. Right, he's not having any trouble there, and there's no moisture on his tyre. Right, let's have a look at this. So bring him here.
It's firmer than it used to be. I personally think it's a way better bike for that. The combination of the tyres and the suspension just made that a much more complete package for me. And it allowed me to just find out what it had to offer. The limit was me and my cojones rather than any bits of the bike.
Well,
no, really good.
Your cojones and limit's quite high though, so that's quite an impressive
sometimes
statement.
I dive over them though, don't know, that's the problem.
Wish I brought me knee sliders. Yeah, I think the GT is probably the bike I'd go for actually. You know, extra screen, height, panniers, that's the main thing. Centre stand, it leads to a more agreeable life, I think, aboard.
I don't think we went too mental. Look, you've got to realise that 72 high horsepower is not a huge amount of power. I think as long as you adjust your expectations before you get on the bike, and you know, I like the fact that you can use all of that power, and well below that peak power level, there's a flexibility and a sort of torque and power level that just allows you to get, just like I said, just get some response from the throttle. It's no good if you have to chase RPM or all the stuff's right at the top. But like super friendly, and you know, you can be a bit brutal with it and it's not going to bite you. I mean, it's got electronics to help you in that regard, and proper tyres and suspension, that's the big thing.
Makes a big difference.
You know, this package is designed to allow a bit of a caning and not have you go, oh my God, you know, like, or even, that could be better.
I'm in top gear, I'm in street mode, top gear, what? 35, 40 mile an hour, right, full throttle, bit of shudder, but pulling. Yeah, good man. Good, flexible, useful, usable, 9 out of 10 type engine.
And I'll tell you one thing about Portugal as well, because the bike could be enjoyed so much there, it was like having beans on toast in the Dorchester. You've got the best place to ride the bike and the best type of beans on toast that you can order.
Oh, how jolly, how lovely. How absolutely fabulous. Right, look at that down there, man. I don't know how well you can see it. I should pull over, really. Fucking hell, man, amazing view, amazing view. Woof, look at that. There's probably the odd vehicle down there somewhere as well. Yeah, it was in Sunderland swimming baths, and they turned the wave machine on, and I got completely out of sync. When the wave came up, I went down, and I watched the Baywatch bloke looking at me with increasing fucking worry. And then they turned it off. I was just about to go, bah!
I found it difficult to do a piece to camera at the end. I wanted to shout and rave about the bike, but I just thought, well, hang on a minute. People will they'll be confused because it's such a, on paper at least, it's quite a modest motorbike. But if you get a sorted motorbike, then the capabilities they're all down to you. This isn't a bike that I got off and said, well, if that could be better and that could be better. I didn't really have any, let me see, what didn't I like? Indicator switch. That thing is pissing me off.
Has it got the thing, you've got to press it twice to cancel in the same direction?
Just go away. Indicator designer, go and have a holiday or something. Make it a few years. I don't like it when people introduce overcomplicated solutions.
What was wrong with the old indicator button?
What was the problem in the first place?
Let's have the umpteenth mode about this bloody indicator switch, because you press it rather than slide it. There's a chance, as I have done many times, that you press the horn instead. Moan over. Well, for the next minute anyway.
Well, there we go. I hope you've enjoyed the video there.
It really was quite fantastic, wasn't it? I mean, if you're still awake, I'll be surprised. I mean, come on. I mean, let's have a decent outro, John. I mean, put some heart into it. Has the heat got to you?
So there we go. Thank you very much, young man, for going on this one for me. Oh, I wasn't even invited on this anyway. You were invited on your own. I wasn't even get a bloody invitation.
Yeah, it does occasionally happen, you know. I have tested the odd bike before.
I did invite me, but
I was tested by quite. In fact, I'm not going to boast.
What's that?
I did it for a very well-known publication, I'll have you know.
Oh, did you? Was this the 3 letters?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, very good. Yeah. Well, that's very nice, mate.
No, really good launch, really good motorbike. Just at such a surprising level of praise.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I've not heard you raving. Raving about certainly, you know.
Do you know what? When I got to the end of the ride, I just thought, how on earth do I say this? How do I get this point across? because it just, you know, gushing with praise seems wholly inappropriate.
You would spend your own money on one. I mean, that's...
don't forget, I have particular sort of needs. Well, that shouldn't be a
set of skills.
Like my V-Strom that I raved over, I think this would be another bike that would just serve its purpose. The suitability of that bike would be bang on.
Yeah. You love a parallel twin as well, don't you?
You're
a big parallel twin fan.
Listen, they've moved on since the Bonneville, haven't they?
Yeah.
You know, they make a lot more power, they make it more freely, they don't vibe your nuts off. No, they're great.
Yeah, watch the brake light. We're covering all bases here, see that? You wouldn't get that with another video channel. Next week we'll talk dust cap torque.
Well, there we go. Thanks very much, mate. Much appreciated. So
What's next?
What's next? Oh, what is it?
Should we tease them?
DRZ. Oh, we could have some teasing.
Go on then.
DRZ, new DRZ, and the new release today. We're going on the launch of the new Retro 8.
Did you say we?
Well, me, I mean. Sorry. You're going to Germany, though, aren't you? DRZ launch, off-road, on-road, the SM,
Germany
and the
or
Enduro.
Slovenia. Let me think.
You've been to Slovenia. You can't go more than once, mate. You've got to spread the love. You've got to spread the love. So you're going DRZ.
Yep.
On the Enduro and the Supermoto.
Yep.
So that'll be coming in a couple of weeks' time, not too far away. And I'm off on the new Suzuki Retro based on the 8S platform. Just been announced today. But for now, I think that's it, mate.
Yep.
Thank you very much for that.
Bye-bye now.
Enjoy your beverages, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, chaps.
What a day. What a day. In fact, whisper it, what a day. What a day on a wonderful motorbike. Don't tell everyone, but this is a bloody good bit of kit. Keep it to yourself.